And what do ETF flows tell you about this optimism around tax reform?
Sure. They tell me that the hot money, traders, institutions are very excited. All year we've been seeing flows going into the cheap stuff, Vanguard, iShares. But the past 2 days, we've seen this just torrent of flows into the real liquid ones like SPY, IWM, which is small caps, HYG, which is junk bonds. When you see the really highly liquid ones that aren't the cheapest ones get hit that hard, it just tells you that institutions and the trader crowd is excited. And this is a really, I think, important point, because this whole year we've seen advisors go for the really cheap ETFs, and the hot money's been a little on the sidelines. So this could really make December a big month.
Can you put that into perspective?
Yeah, sure.
Even more macro-wise?
ETFs have taken in $427 billion this year, which is blowing away the record. It's possible they get to $500 billion and have $1 trillion step up in assets. So if the hot money gets excited, this could be just a really banner year for ETFs. And one just quick thing, there's an actual tax reform ETF that isn't one of the big ones, but it's TAXR. And I got to give it credit. It popped on the news. I mean, you would hope so. It's called the tax reform ETF. But TAXR is the ticker, and it's up. It surged way past the S&P on the tax reform optimism.
Okay, so one of the other big stories this week, actually this entire year, but certainly this week, Bitcoin. We have to move over to Bitcoin because, of course, U.S. regulators have approved Bitcoin. It will be trading on the CME starting December 18th. What does this mean for ETFs, or what is your tell there relative to ETFs?
A couple things. There's a lot of ETFs currently in registration with the SEC awaiting approval. It's like a race, right? And whoever gets out first is going to get the lion's share of the assets. First to market is crucial.
Who do you think that'll be?
I think it's going to be the Winklevoss twins. I have an informal bet with Dave Nadig over at ETF.com. He thinks it's going to be one of the ones that tracks Bitcoin futures like Rex or Van Eck. The Winklevoss ones would actually hold Bitcoin for you, a la GLD.
Oh, so similar, actually digitally backed.
But he thinks SEC may approve one of the ones that tracks futures first. But either one, whichever one gets out first, I think could be $1 billion product within a couple of weeks.
So within a couple of weeks, you think that will happen?
Yeah, because there's an ETN in Sweden that tracks Bitcoin that's almost at $1 billion. If you get $1 billion in Sweden, you can get 5 or 10 in the U.S., I think, pretty easily.